Hello and welcome to your practice today. We'll explore a little bit of swivel and pivots with some Vasisthasana variations. So bring your curiosity and we'll just play. And I'm just offering suggestions. Feel free to take them wherever you'd like to go. That's how I often create new things, is I'll just take a little bit of the framework and then I'll shuffle it all around. So please, please feel free to make this work in your body, and you only know that. So let's begin sitting on the knees, hands to heart center. And actively press hand into hand. Knuckles, fingers, all finding the opposite. And pressing so much that there's a little bit of a lift in the center of the palms. And there's some coming together of the shoulder blades on the back as well. Thumbs to the sternum, sternum back into the thumbs. 3 rounds of breath here. Audible exhale. Once more. Beautiful. Tabletop position. We'll begin with some undulation of the spine here. So come into an active child's pose. So toes will tuck, the hips will go back towards the heels, bend the elbows, claw the hands into the earth and pull the heart forward. So it's quite active. It's as if somebody's pulling back at the hips while the heart's being pulled forward. Find some buoyancy here. And then scoop the tail. We'll start with the tail. Scoop the tail under, and then it will curl the low back, curl the upper back, chin to chest as you pull yourself forward into a cat pose. Soften the elbows, arch the back, and then push into the hands. Find some resistance. The hips glide back to the heels. As they get there, you scoop at the pelvis. Everything rounds as you come forward. Soften elbows, arch the back as you shift back. So continue to move like this, but bring your awareness to the hands. You can feel a pulling the hands and the knees together as you come forward, and then a pushing the hands and the knees apart as you come back. A couple more times with your own breath. Really finding some articulation, exaggeration as well. And then scoop. Come forward, rounding, shoulders over wrists, and then bend the elbows back. Chest, chin comes down to the ground. The booty can stay up. And then untuck the toes. All right, so we're going to work on a unfurling cobra here. So again, you're going to scoop at the pelvis, pull the belly in towards the spine, the back rounds, press into the hands as you unwind the heart. Elbows stay bent. It's harder to do slow. Press back into downward facing dog. We'll do this a couple more times. Again, it's harder to do slow. Let me break this down a little bit. Maybe you can watch. Chest, chin come down towards the ground. There's going to be that same sensation of the scooping under, belly pulls towards the spine. The upper back rounds and you push into the ground, and then the heart comes forward. Yeah? So it's like you're sucking up and unfurling. Again, it's harder to do it slow. Sometimes you just got to speed it up and do it weird a few times until you find your rhythm. All right. So active child's pose. Let's wave forward and wave back. Wave forward. Chest, chin come down to the ground. Untuck the toes. Scoop the pelvis and the belly and unroll. You can come into a high or a low cobra here. Press back, downward facing dog. We'll come back to this. Steady breath. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Bend the standing leg, pull back on the left hip crease, and really reach the right toes back. Press through the hands here. Exhale, knee to nose. Wrap the right foot around like you're in eagle pose. Bend the leg so much that the belly comes onto the thigh. And then bring the back heel down towards the right. The legs are so bent that the whole sole of the foot can come down onto the ground. Press into the right hand as the left arm lifts up. So you have quite a bit of buoyancy here. The legs can wrap once or twice, either one. And then see if you can bring your right hip and your right armpit even closer together. So kind of squish up on that side and get really open on the left side body. One more inhale. Exhale, heart spirals down. The back heel lifts, right knee to the nose. Inhale, up and back, tripod down dog. And then exhale, step all the way through in between the hands. Plant the back knee down, and we're going to unfurl again. So puff up the back of the heart, chin to chest. Lift the arms up slowly, slowly, almost like you're grabbing something from the ground and you're peeling it up. Peel open, cactus the arms. And then exhale, wave them down and forward for L shape. Pounce up, L shape. Soft bend in the standing leg. Pull back on the right hip crease. And then exhale, the left toes off the back of the mat, curtsy pose. Wave the arms back. Pull back on the right hip crease here. Maybe come to the knife edge side of the right foot even. And then left hand plants. A big and slow step back with the left foot. Right arm lifts up. Steady breath. And then inhale, cactus, the top arm. Open, open, open. And warrior dog. Plant the back heel. Hands are off the side of the mat. Find sway. To warrior two in the legs. Downward dog in the arms. Sway, sway, sway with the breath. Wide leg forward fold. Toes in, heels slightly out. Bend in one knee and then the other. Give a little wiggle. Right hand plants, press down. Inhale, left arm lifts up and peel back. Keep pulling back on the right hip crease here. We want to keep the hips square, so if you continue to tuck back on the right hip crease, you can maintain that a little bit. And then bend the legs. Turn the toes towards the back of the mat, and we're going to come into a low lunge twist. So just continue to wrap around here. And then coming into Vasisthasana. So the torso is already twisted, the right foot comes down, and the left leg is going to come up and find tree pose. You can bend the standing leg so that the sole of the foot can come all the way down onto the ground. And the more you arch, the more you can lengthen that leg with the foot still on the ground, still having some stability here. Press through the pinky toe edge side of the foot, of the tree foot. And then slowly, left hand plants down, the back heel lifts, and bring the foot all the way, the heel all the way down. The left leg kicks out as the right arm comes up. Point the toe, and then knee to nose. Inhale, tripod down dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, tripod down dog. Bend the leg, open the hip, and take wild thing, your variation, however you'd like this to look. Big, little, opening the heart. Slowly finding your way, downward facing dog. We'll be at the back of the mat now. Inhale, wave forward, plank pose. And exhale, bring the knees down, shift back, active child's pose. Scoop the pelvis, roll forward, shoulders over wrist. And then chest, chin comes down to the ground. Untuck the toes, press into the hands as you unfurl. High or low cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Full round of breath. Let's go to the other side. Inhale, the left leg lifts up. And exhale, knee to nose, round the upper back. Eagle pose. Wrap the leg around and then bring the heel down, bend the standing leg. So you have some space here. Really round the side body. Left armpit, left hip kind of scrunch up. And you get really rainbow, as much as you can, exaggerate it. Pressing into the left hand. Left arm and shoulder, or left wrist and shoulder are unstacked. You really want to be able to push away. And then slowly unwind. The right hand plants down and exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back, tripod down dog. And exhale, step in between the thumbs. The back knee plants. As it does, you lift up, unfurl, cactus the arms. And exhale, wave them back and forward into L shape. Press down, lift up. One more round of breath here, pulling back on the left hip crease. And then exhale, curtsy pose. Right foot goes off the side of the mat as you wave the hands back. Maybe even come to the pinky toe edge side of the left foot. Always feels a little juicy in there. Right hand plants corner of the mat. Slow step back with the right foot. Low lunge. Steady breath here. Both shoulder blades rolling back, crown of the head reaching. And then inhale, cactus the top arm. And exhale, warrior dog. Spiral the back heel down and wave the spine with the breath. Firm-footed in warrior two. Steady, steady. Wide leg forward fold, pivot. Find some sway. And then left hand plants, press down. Pull back the right arm, lift up. Tuck back the left hip crease to keep the pelvis square. Lean back into the shoulders just slightly. And then bend the knees, turn back towards the top of the mat into a low lunge twist. This time coming into Vasisthasana, side plank, tree pose. So bring the back heel down and bend the leg so that the foot can go all the way down onto the ground. Tree pose with the top leg. Any variation here. You can also have like a floating tree pose, lift up. Your choice. I'm trying to get that rainbow arc. Really allows you to have a firmer foundation. One more inhale. We're going to come into that little kick, kick out pose. So spiral the hand down and then shift the right knee all the way around. Pivot the back heel, push into the right hand so you can take this little dip down. Maybe the hip comes all the way down to the ground and then come back up, knee to nose. Inhale, tripod down dog. Bend the knee, open the hip, wild thing. Your choice. Maybe bend the knees, open the heart even more, kind of suction through that top arm, top hand. And then shift back around, downward facing dog. Inhale, wave forward plank pose. Exhale, bring the knees down, shift back, active child's pose. Scoop the belly, round forward. Exhale, chest, chin, come down to the ground. Find your way into high or low cobra. Find your rhythm in getting there. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's run through a little variation of what we just did. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Eagle pose, side plank. Play with bending the knees even more. And every time you bend, arc a little bit more. As if you could topple on or put the crown of the head onto the ground. And then slowly spiral the heart down, right knee to the nose. Inhale, up and back, tripod down dog. And exhale, step all the way through. Back knee plants. Unfurl, open up. Arms go wide and then forward. L shape. One breath. And exhale, curtsy pose. Left hand plants, corner of the mat. Big step back. Open up. Low lunge twist. And then plant the left hand, back heel goes on the ground. Tree pose or floating tree. Bend the standing leg, get really archy. Maybe bring right hand to the right knee and press there. That kind of gives a little bit of a frame. Steady breath. Right foot, big step towards the top of the mat. Plant the back heel down, warrior dog. 3 rounds of sway. And then come wide leg forward fold. Bring the arms long in front. Soft bend in the knees. Just find some traction here. Audible exhale this time after a big in. Soft bend in the knees. Go towards the back of the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, wave forward plank pose. The knees drip gently. Active child's pose, press back. Scoop the tailbone, round forward. Chest, chin come down to the ground. And then unfurl into high or low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right into the left leg lifting. Exhale, knee to nose. Wrap it around, tree pose. Bend that standing leg, sole of the foot on the ground. Every time you bend, get even more archy. Continue to lean back into the shoulders a little bit too. Be sure that we're getting lateral side body. One more inhale. And exhale, right hand plants, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back tripod. This time step through, so really round the back as you step through. Back knee drips down and then rebound up. Cactus the arms, open. Plant the hands, shift forward, L shape. And exhale, curtsy pose. Step off the side of the mat, take a bow. Full in breath. Out breath, right hand to the corner of the mat. Big step back to the back of the mat. Inhale, left arm lifts up, up, up. Back heel plants. Your version tree pose or the floating tree. Trying to get the sole of the foot on the ground so you have more stability here. Steady breath. Left foot steps to the top of the mat. Back heel plants. Warrior dog. A little topsy-turvy. And then wide leg forward fold. Wiggle the hips. Left hand plants, take a big twist. Keep pulling back on the left hip crease. And shift top of the mat, downward facing dog. Once more here. Inhale, wave forward. Knees drop, active child's pose. Scoop and round as you come forward. And exhale, chest, chin come down to the ground. Untuck the toes, high-low cobra. And exhale, child's pose. 3 rounds of breath. And keep the hips to the heels as you round and come up. Hands back to heart center. And just take a gentle twist each way to close out. So twisting towards the right to begin. Maybe separating the knees slightly. You can stay right here in this twist. You can also lift the left arm up, bend both elbows, open the heart as you take a little twisted back bend here. Welcome to lift the hips as well if you'd like. The heart center is moving forward and up as you're reaching back. And slowly release, switching sides. First, just a gentle twist. And maybe the right arm comes up and back. Cactus the arms just slightly to get that opening. Lifting the heart. You can imagine the scapula, the bottoms of the scapula, tilting the heart up. And release. Just like we began. 3 rounds of breath. Big inhale, audible exhale. And closing your practice however feels resonant. Maybe pouring forward, maybe bowing down. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this practice, this swivel and sway. I'm doing some longer form classes of this where we can kind of get into the micro details a bit more on CCY Studio. There's so many places to play in Vasisthasana. It's been so fun to explore. So if you want some more exploration, then head over there and get a 14-day free trial, and we can keep playing and expanding the play. So much love here from Bali, and I'll see you next time on your mat.